Okay, let's continue. This is Math 53, Unit 1 practice test, question 4. We're asked to simplify this problem, and we're going to have to use the distributive property. So this is negative, and what's negative is everything inside the parentheses here. So we're going to distribute this negative sign over these two elements in a minute. But we've got negative this minus 2 times all of this. So if you break this down into two pieces, we can think of this as we're going to be working with these two things. And these are basically equal in terms of their PEMDAS status. So we're going to start with the one on the left, and we're going to distribute that negative sign over what's inside the parentheses. And so sometimes it's easier just to think of that as multiplying each of the elements by a -1. So -1 times -3x, it's going to be a negative times a negative, and 1 times any number is itself. So we're going to have 3x. So this will just be a sign change, and we're going to have positive 3x, and this positive sign is superfluous. It's not really necessary, but I'm just putting it in there to be absolutely sure you see what's going on. And then -1 times -5 will be positive 5. And so that's what we have in the parentheses on this side after we distribute the negative sign over both elements. And we're going to do something similar in this box. We have -2 instead of -1. And it's very useful to be able to see this negative sign and think that's the same as multiplication by -1. Okay. Being able to see a 1 or a 0 can sometimes help you see the answer to a problem or find your way to the answer more easily. So try to keep that in mind. -2, we're going to distribute -2 over the x and the positive 5 here. So -2 times x is -2x, and -2 times positive 5 is -10, right? When the signs in multiplication or division, when the signs are different, the answer will be negative. And then what we're doing now is we've got these two separate elements right here, and we're going to just do whatever those operations are and combine like terms, right? So we've got positive 3x plus 5, -2x minus 10. So when we talk about like terms, we mean that numbers that have the same variable or the same units, so we can add the same units together, or just plain numbers, which we can also call constants. So we have a positive 3x and a -2x, and then in terms of constants or the numbers, we have positive 5 and -10. And then we're going to combine those terms. So positive 3x minus 2x, so if you have 3 x's and you take 2 away, you're going to have just 1x. And normally we don't write the 1, we just say x. And then positive 5 minus 10, this is going to give us -5. So when you're doing addition or subtraction with numbers, when the signs are different, you can take the difference between the two and then the sign of the bigger number. So the difference between 5 and 10 is 5, which is what we got here. And 10 is the larger number, right, in absolute terms. So this is -5. So our final answer for this problem, simplified, would be x minus 5. Okay, give that a try, and there's some practice links you can use in Canvas.